So this is my last video in Mexico. I got to check out some of the fake wrestling. And then I walked around some of the pretty neighborhoods of Mexico City the next day and went out to dinner, kind of had a quiet night. And then I'm off to Peru and Bolivia. So I'm excited about that. So anyway, here's my last couple days in Mexico City. And if you like this series, check out my Bolivia and Peru next. I'll see you guys later.
Sweet, we're alive. Conquered the highest mountain in Mexico and made it through a week motorcycle trip here, so I think the worst is over. Hopefully I'll make it back to Denver in one piece. I think this is the right place. Hopefully I'm not in Mumbai or something. It looks like a pretty chill spot. The main roads are real busy here, but these little neighborhoods are pretty chill.
It's really hard. It's really hard. This one right here is the boar taco. This one right here is the roast beef. Okay.
On the Lucha tour, seeing like that wrestling, like WWE fake wrestling, and do some food and booze. The other people the other night recommended this to me, and they didn't show up. I don't know. Maybe their Ubers late or something, but it's all good. I will have fun regardless.
You're thinking like, be creative, okay? There's no way to fuck this up, okay? You just get whatever you feel like it's popping out of your chest, just go with it.
We just go on the stage with a chair and hit someone? Or
well, in this league, we don't have props, but you will see it's a lot more fun than just throwing a guy through a table, okay?
Oh yeah, now we're getting ready to go, huh? Cute.
We're getting at the middle of the show, and everybody goes out. That's why we... Let's just wait here for everybody else. They're just about to arrive. Actually, Maffer has... Guys, over here. You cannot get lost before we get in.
Ladies in the middle, ladies and ladies, may we please.
Yeah, I got my camera back. Good times last night. Nothing super special, you know. It's kind of silly to see that fake wrestling. I don't know what's more entertaining, if it's the wrestlers themselves or the audience. It's like so into it. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of whatever. But something to do. I guess it's been really big the last few years for whatever reason. I'm sure there's a lot of cooler things to do in Mexico City besides that. But anyway, it was all good. And actually, one of the reasons why I was going is a few people I met 3 nights ago or whatever mentioned they were going up there. So I rushed to go over there to meet them, and then They weren't on the tour I was on. So I don't know if, because that tour is so popular, maybe there was another group that met at another restaurant. No big deal. The other people obviously were cool. And at the end, we just kind of ended at that, you know, like a stand that's got sweets or something or whatever. Like, I'm sure that's great food, but it would have been good to maybe have one last bar to end the tour. And then, like, we might hang out more. Because, like, when you drop people off on, like, a corner next to, a stall, everyone just kind of like breaks up and takes off. But in all fairness, I didn't want to spend much more money going out last night. So last day in Mexico City, what a great trip. I'll do another video on my experience in Mexico and how my expectations were actually a lot different. I thought it was going to be much more chaotic and I thought there'd be bigger hassles. Like, I thought this trip was going to be, pretty obnoxious, to be honest, in many ways, but really worked out really good. And Oaxaca was amazing, the motorcycle trip and the hike, despite, rocks do fall, at 18,000 feet. So anyway, I guess I'll walk around a little bit today. No big plans. I don't want to spend much money, and then I fly out at 9 tomorrow. So hopefully it should be a nice last day, and I definitely will be back. I definitely would really pay attention when you do crossroads and stuff here. They don't have like signs to tell you when to cross, which generally in most cities is common sense. Like, you don't always need them, but it's hard to see some of the lights. And although the traffic is generally moving, like, you can kind of figure out, like, people on the right side of the road are going in a certain way, people on the left are going. It's not always that way. Sometimes you have buses coming in, and so check both ways always before crossing the streets here. They don't have a million scooters here, which is rare, in most cities of the world that are developing. You kind of got a million scooters, so at least you don't have that to worry about. But yeah, still getting hit by a car or bus would suck too, so definitely want to be careful. I'm kind of just cruising through a little park here. It's Parque Hispana, and just west of here is La Codesa, and east of here is Roma. I guess those are areas that are kind of cool for walking around, so kind of check that out. I figured I was kind of in the mood for some noodles anyway, and there was supposed to actually be a Chinese place here with biang biang noodles, and obviously it closed or something, so it's this Japanese place. I was like, yeah, I'll check it out, see what Japanese food like in Mexico City. So I think it's annoying that they do, not just here, but in a lot of places now, when you gotta like scan a code to order, and then they want like register and stuff. It's kind of annoying. But anyway, I imagine it'll be decent. Good stuff. Cruise around, gonna go check out an art street area. Yeah, it's funny because on Google Maps, I looked up the name of the street art thing, and it's like behind me, which is like a newspaper stand, but that's where a tour meets up to go on a street art tour, and like the main area is like, back where I was like an hour ago. It's like, come on guys. Don't say that's actual street art area, that's your tour starts there. That's all good. Guess I'll wander some other areas.
cannabinol tiene efectos
Still interesting, a lot of these areas are actually really quiet, hardly any people around or any traffic. I think it's, you know, always going to be real busy in big cities, but not every single part, you know. There's more in some streets and less on others, so yeah, really cool. It's good to check out the cemetery right next to where I'm walking now. Cemetery is actually gonna be pretty interesting. See the different, you know, monuments and different things, but yeah, he said it's totally open to families, so it's all good. Been a good walk. Got about, I don't know, 3 hours or something like that by the time I get back, so pretty cool. Maybe old ruins of the city or something they excavated. Because obviously before the Spanish came here, there were natives. I don't know if it's the Aztecs or whatever, but you have to read up a lot more. Should be some interesting historical things and some stories for sure. Yeah, I'll probably just stay around my neighborhood tonight. All that stuff you just saw is right next to where I'm staying anyway. That's a cool thing because you don't need to go to the other side of the city or out far to get somewhere cool, you know? There's something on every corner pretty much. That's cool. Yeah, it's a good one. It's kind of like Guinness almost. Yeah, so it only took about 20 minutes to get to the airport, and check-in was easy. You know, I dropped off my bag in, you know, 5-10 minutes, and security was like 10 minutes. That whole part only took like a half hour, so got over 2 hours until the flight. But what an amazing trip. You know, it came out here, only had, you know, 9 days, and of course 2 of those days are traveling, and so it's really basically a week. Conquered the highest mountain and had an awesome motorcycle trip. Certainly could have been a lot that went wrong, either on the mountain or the motorcycle trip. Luckily that went well, and I figured there'd be a lot of other like little annoyances, like getting ripped off or other bullshit. Obviously potentially getting robbed, and everything went well, so great trip. I'll make another video about if you should travel to Mexico, some of the things that surprised me, and some advice if you're gonna do a motorcycle trip or do some of these hikes, things like that. So anyway, cruise back to Denver in a bit and back to work tomorrow.
Produce la punta metálica dentro de la hebilla. El proceso de aborde abstenerse de lugar en el aeropuerto internacional de Denver.
So I hope you enjoyed my last couple days in Mexico City. After this, I flew home to Colorado for 3 weeks, and then I went off to Peru and Bolivia for more motorcycle trips. Really looking forward to that. If you want to see some more cool videos, subscribe and check out this stuff later on. Should have a few months of nice videos. So hope you enjoy, and see you next time.